Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Shauna. Let's get into this. Okay, guys, how are you doing? Okay, so tonight is technically supposed to be the last night of the HIV series and the first night of the zodiac series. However, we are doing some research, and I never had such a tough time finding information on like a topic. I mean, okay, it's not difficult, but it's just difficult. Like I said, it's one of those things that has like so much information about it, but like really nothing at the same time, if that makes sense. So the topic of tonight was supposed to be answering a question that was posed a few nights ago, in which I wanted to know which zodiac sign was more susceptible to being infected. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to go after the freakiest signs, right? The signs who are inclined to be more sexually active. I'm not going to name them. We all know what everybody's going to say first, right? And it's true. That sign is actually in the top 5 for zodiac signs that have the weakest immune systems. Now, this is going to go all over the place, but I just wanted to first say this, right? I want to first state that your health is not just your physical body, right? A healthy person has a healthy lifestyle, and that goes beyond your diet and your workout regime. This is your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and even your social and financial self, right? Needs to all be on one accord in order for you to be considered a really healthy person with a really healthy lifestyle, right? This segment is, like I said earlier, it's a dual topic with the intentions of, number one, me getting more people to pay attention to what they deem obvious, but they never adhere to it, right? And then also to actually kind of like get people to be entertained by this also, and kind of just, like fish around and do their own research and look at things that they are probably more inclined to, dealing with, right? Now, when it comes to being diagnosed, of course, it can happen to anyone. And of course, you can see anyone of any zodiac sign with the virus, right? I want to just say that. However, I want to say that we are more than our sun sign, right? Our sun signs are just where the sun just so happens to be positioned, at the time of our birth. We have so many other things going on in the ethers the moment we come into this dimension. Like the very millisecond we reach here, we have other things going on. Your descending sign, your ascending sign, your moon sign, and particularly for the sake of this conversation, your 6th house are all important. But as far as life and discussion goes, we're going to really be paying attention to the descending, ascending, moon, and sun for what we're going to be doing moving forward. But like I said, for this particular topic, your descending, ascending, moon, and 6th house is important, and I'm going to tell you why. Your descending sign is what you were in your past life, right? The energy that you carried over into your past life, and that energy, including your sun energy, is going to help you move into your ascending. Your ascending is the energy of the sign that you need to be moving into, right? Your 6th house is the house that deals with your health and wellness. So that's the Virgo that is ruled by Mercury, right? So, and you could, like I said, I'm never going to talk about something that you guys can't literally just look up. I'm just talking. You don't have to take my word for it, right? You could literally look that up. Now, I want to also state that, number one, there's a difference between astronomy and astrology. A lot of people know that, a lot of people do not. Astrology is what we talk about with the signs, right? The zodiac, right? This studies how the positions of the planets and the components there affect people in this dimension, right? Astronomy is the study of the universe and the contents outside of Earth's atmosphere and in the ethers, right? So let's just kind of make sure when we have these conversations, we're aware of what it is that we're even saying, right? Because people that actually know this stuff, they're probably going to be confused, or you're going to be confused talking to them once they correct you, right? Once you're corrected, because this is a lot. This information dates back to like the 7th and 8th centuries, right? I mean, stuff in multiple languages that needed to be translated, and pictures that needed to be revisited over time. It's just so much. Okay, so that's just that. Now, each planet has a position that makes it susceptible to an element. Therefore, that's an energy that will allow people to be affected. So, like, let's just say the Leo, right? The Leo is supposedly associated with the sun. The sun is into the center, and how they say the Leo is the center of attention, and they like attention, right? I mean, this is just basic stuff, right? And I'm relaying this to HIV. Now, the issue with that is that we have birth charts, right? And our birth charts don't necessarily only discuss our sun signs. So that's what I'm saying about the descending, ascending, moon, and for this particular topic, the 6th house, because you can literally go on to the national disease, I forget, don't take my word, but you can go on the website and look it up, where all of the information from the hospitals, from doctors' offices, from everywhere, which and where all these different sources are inputting this information, and it's accessible to the public. So if anyone has been diagnosed, you would be able to find it up there, and their information is there. But again, what we see is just the sun sign, right, on paper. We would have to do the birth chart to find out a little more about the person, to see what other elements and what signs they have going on with them. And in particular, those signs that I named are some things that I would pay attention to say, okay, this particular person is definitely or definitely is not susceptible to HIV or AIDS, right? Now, crazy, you can Google this stuff. I pretty much just Googled up which signs are more likely to have HIV, and then you can go on listen, we're talking about a database that has over 30 million people with it who have been diagnosed with HIV. So there's no way I'm going to be able to, even if I wanted to come up with averages, I would literally have to dissect all of this. And I remember when COVID started, I was working in the hospital directly with the patients, and I was literally writing down their information, and I seen a lot of consistencies, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I am a scholar by birthright. I always say that I'm going to be a scholar for life, but I just didn't think that was something that I wanted to continue discussing because of the environment. It was really stressful, and I had people who were doctors, and they were looking at me like, you're looking at the date of birth, and we're here trying to find out where this freaking pathogen is coming from, and you're talking about a zodiac sign? Are you serious? But a lot of people don't realize that is energy, right? It's all energy. And we're gonna get into it, like the different types of astrology, and just the different things that possibly can come with the different zodiac signs and the elements that are attached to those zodiac signs. Like, it's really, really deep. But the Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Pisces are said to be signs with the weakest immune systems. Now, I'm not gonna, like I said, fully agree with that, because I know the birth chart is comprised of multiple factors, not just the sun sign. I'm a Sagittarius sun sign, but in Western astrology, but in Vedic, I'm a Scorpio, right? So this requires a lot of reading and research, and like I always tell you guys, go behind me. You don't have to necessarily like take what I'm saying and be like, okay, yeah, like I believe her. Like, no, you literally can just not listen to me at all and like literally do your own research, and we can agree to disagree, or we can have this really, really dope conversation. Like, it doesn't matter. We don't have to agree with one another, and we don't have to fight about our opposing views, right? So yeah, that's that. Now, as far as HIV goes, like I said, this database has over 30 million people, and I'm really like anal and agile, so I'm the type to say, if I wanted to actually do this research, I would literally comb through all those 30 million something people, actually run it through a test to come up with averages, and literally like go the whole like 9 yards. But that's really time consuming. I have a lot of like weird things to do in the evening and during the day, so I won't really be able to sit there like that. And I was literally trying to do it today. So yeah, and we're even gonna go into like the different zodiac signs. And remember, you guys can look this stuff up yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. You can Google it, and then you can even apply what you come across to people that you know in real life, and determine if it's in fact real or not. But before you do that, I just want to urge you to at least know a little bit of a person's birth chart before you start saying what's real and what's not. Like my ascending sign is a Capricorn. Crazy, I know. My mom's mom is a Capricorn, and her mom is a Capricorn. They actually have the same birthday, so I know that I am sent to break the mold of whatever it is that they had, simply because of that energy alone. Crazy. I was even due on their birthday. Like, my mom's due date was for their birthday, but I just so happened to come a month earlier. So again, like, this energy is not to be toyed with. This is something that if you really pay attention to, you really, really start seeing some consistencies, and it'll change your thinking, I'm certain. But yeah, I just wanted to say that as far as HIV goes with the zodiac signs, there is a vast amount of information, and I would have to literally, like, 30 million people, that'll take me a few weeks at the very least to comb through it, and then run it through maybe SSPS, to come up with some numbers. I know some scales that I probably could use, like if I probably looked it up. For all you people that are not researchers or scholars and you don't know what I'm talking about, they have scales that help people come up with averages and different numbers. So you know how they're like, for every 20 people, 3 people, like, this is how they come up with those numbers. They run tests and run them through questionnaire scales to determine these numbers. Sometimes the numbers come from nowhere, but most of the time they're actually real numbers that people actually test, right? But yeah, so it's so much information that is too much information, and that it's gonna be holding up the actual progression of this series, and it's gonna slow us down from phasing out and into the next topic. But because this topic was dual and it was about HIV and zodiac signs combined. I might be able to do a little bit more digging to come up with a few more things, but yeah, like it's like 30 million people with HIV, so honing down on those zodiac signs would be crazy. But I was also thinking about the actual element, but again, the birth chart would be so crazy. And I think the Most High just put this on me to make me think and do a little more research, because I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? Like, Daddy, did you tell me to do this, or am I doing this on my own? And he's like, no, keep going. And I'm like, okay, I'm your obedient servant, so here I go. But yeah, that's me for the night. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I love y'all. I hope your Monday was good. I hope your weekend was good. I hope you get some rest tonight, drink some water, eat some fruit, and mind your business, and sip your tea because it's free. All right, I love y'all. About to go put my teeth back in. All right, peace.